What's cracking, cousins? You already know. Part 4. So with the recap, we ended up leaving off when she ends up, parking her car and going back to the house, turning down her phone and hiding in the closet. And as she hides in the closet, she hears things that she didn't think she would have heard. And she heard that her son may still be alive. She heard that her husband is trying to take her out for some insurance money. And it's not like they're hurting for money. So she doesn't understand, but she's determined to get her son. So we left off at the fact that everybody left at the back door because he told them that she could pop up any minute. And as everybody left, she is frozen still in that closet. The husband is calling. She's not answering. So she stays quiet. So she listens closely as the house grows silent. Then she hears footsteps. Heavy ones. He's moving around the house. So she gets a little nervous. Keeps asking himself, who wears a missing man's chain? Who wears a missing man's belongings? That's all he keeps saying to himself as he's going through the house. He grabs his keys and he leaves. She waited till she heard the front door close and the car door slam. She puts her phone in her pocket and she starts to move. She goes out that back door and she runs straight to her car. She told herself, let me follow him. Let me follow him because I got a feeling he's about to cut off his phone. But as she reaches her car door, guess what? He calls. Trying to keep her composure, she answers the phone. He says, I knew you were playing tricks on me. Where are you at? She stumbles and she's scared and she's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I knew you wasn't at my house. Why would you tell me that? You had me flying there for no reason. She says, I left as soon as you told me you wasn't here. What was the point of staying? As she's trying to keep her composure on the phone because she wants to break down and cry and say, you son of a... She asks him, hey, what are you doing? He tells her, oh, I'm about to go back to the office and finish up this paperwork. Give me a couple hours. Which house are you going to be at? She tells him, hey, just call me and we'll go from there. So as he's saying, I love you, she hurries up and hangs up the phone. Because in the back of her mind, she's like, look, I got to get to him before he turns this phone off. And lo and behold, he's at the gas station getting gas that's right up the street from where he lives. So she stays in the cut. She's in the car crying, trying to grasp everything that's been going on these past hours. And she just doesn't understand why would he do this to her. Even though he's kind of explained, but, you still ask yourself those questions like, why? For what? I would have gave it to you, you know what I mean? So as he's finishing putting gas in the car, somebody walks up to the car. She's looking real hard to kind of figure out who it is. And guess who it is? The sheriff. The sheriff of the town, the same sheriff that was handling the missing person case of her son. The sheriff. So things just start clicking in her head and start making so much sense. She's like sick at this point. Opens up the car door. Bleh. Closes the car door. Starts to get herself together. Drinks whatever is in this water bottle sitting next to her in the car. So as he takes off, the sheriff is following him. And she's following him and the sheriff. She notices that the husband's location is off. But what's crazy is the son's location is still pinging. And it's low-key pinging in the direction of where they're going. She's telling him through all the back streets, going places that, she wouldn't even think that he would drive. He's taking it. You could tell he's definitely covering his tracks. But inside her mind, she's just letting everything play out. Like, how could he? 3 years. Everybody called me crazy for continuing to pay for a phone. And guess what? It's working out in my favor. They end up at this quarter sack of brand new, freshly built houses. So she tries to keep her distance as much as she can, but still be able to see what's going on. She watches her husband and the sheriff go into this house. So, she's sitting there, anxiety's getting the best of her. She's wondering what time does she needs to get out. Does she give him a couple minutes? Does she just go ahead and bust through guns ablaze? So she takes a deep breath, says, I got this, Lord, gets out the car and starts walking. But as she is walking up to this house, a car drives by and literally stops right in front of her. She starts to grab for the back of her waistband You already know what's sitting there. And the person in the driver's seat parks the car, gets out the car. And the person who steps out the car, it's the girl. The same girl in the video that was left at her house. The same girl that was there when she showed up at the location with the group of the boys. The same girl she heard speaking down in her husband's house. Tears start rolling down her face. She looks her dead in the eyes and says, I should unalive every single one of you guys. The girl says, please, ever since I found out what's going on, I've been working with your son to get him home. I'm nothing like these guys, but I know how to play the part because we've all done dirt together. She says, please, I'm not the enemy. Give me a chance. I'm gonna help you get your son. You could trust me. She said, the windows are tinted in my car. Get in. And as they get into the car, she said, look, I got something to play for you. She pulls out her phone and shows a video of her son. And her son says, Mom, if you're watching this video, that means you're close to get me free. Like for part 5.